just have free thought groups or,
Right.
Yeah.
You've applied by now, I assume?
Well, I haven't applied, but I just joined the group and talked with a few people.
But to college.
He meant to college, but yeah.
Oh, okay. You mean the college show? Well, I've been to some, but not a lot.
Okay.
Just sometimes in political schemes that I sometimes go with, and I see some people that almost think like me, and I talk with them and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you may not be able to do anything legally, but I mean, that doesn't mean you have to put up
go and study law.
Yeah, good. There you go. There you go.
Become a lawyer in Puerto Rico.
Well, I'm actually thinking of studying biology, so I can just go and if they still have that law, and I can just go to the high school and just go hey, they teach you that. Well, I'm not going to give you those 15 minutes, and I'm just going to teach you about evolution.
Right.
Yep.
Right. I hope you keep your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of harsh, but it's just funny in sort of way.
Right. Okay, well, thanks for calling. And good luck.
Oh.
And let's see, since we have 15 minutes left, I will plug again that after the show, as always, we will be going to Threadgill's just a little bit earlier. So come on over. And next we have Jason in Tennessee.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I got a quick question. It was a CNN documentary, Right on the Edge. It was following young conservatives.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting part of the whole show was that they had a right-wing Christian group, or particularly one female from California, that's trying to go around and shut down Planned Parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, she's trying to film them and catch them in awkward positions and things like that, so she can either shut them down or get people fired. But my question is, at the end of it, she's like, praise Jesus and things like that. How do you think that they justify bearing false witness in the end?
I think we touched on that earlier. It was basically, they get in a mindset where they do not really care or do not think that much about the distinction between reality and falsehood. Christine O'Donnell is an awesome example, okay? Christine O'Donnell, I forget what state, Delaware, right?
I don't.
Yeah.
So she's been coming out and she's been saying, or in the past, Bill Maher has been playing these great clips of her saying stuff like, oh, I used to be a witch and there was a satanic altar with some blood, and then she said, I was a Hare Krishna for a while. And it's like, you were not all those things. And I saw an analysis by another Christian, the guy who does the Slacktivist blog, which I love for its Left Behind review, where he was saying, I understand why she's coming out and saying she's a Hare Krishna. That sounds kind of random, and the stuff she says completely betrays that she hasn't the first idea what those guys actually believe. But the thing about Hare Krishna is it's a good stand-in religion because it's so weird. It's just so it's just such a random thing that it is a stand-in for all the other stuff for everything else. It's like, hey, I know so much. I was even a Hare Krishna. It's like a car salesman coming to you and saying, hey, I've driven every other car on the market, and this is absolutely the best. It's a confidence technique.
Well, the other thing on just Christine O'Donnell, though, that the media hasn't brought up is, if you're changing religions that much, wouldn't that mean you have maybe some kind of emotional defect or psychological defect?
You could. I mean, it could be the case
you don't
that
have
you're
to answer
just
that. Never mind.
admitting that you're wrong.
I have
but
no idea.
Not in this case, I don't think.
Yeah, that woman's stupidity is like as deep as
Legendary.
an ocean.
And by the way,
it's crazy.
Unlike many races where one candidate is clearly very stupid, she's actually losing by a lot. So,
yeah,
I have to enjoy that when it happens, because too often the stupid candidate seems to be winning.
Well, she's like crazy stupid, though. I mean, it's like crazy stupid.
Yeah, well, she wouldn't be the first one.
Well, anyway, thank you for taking my call. Have a happy last 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. We got 3 more calls, but none of them are screened. So, do you want to say something, or I could talk about this awful movie I just watched?
Go for it.
I did take it upon myself to watch the movie What the Bleep Do We Know? And I don't know how many of you have heard about this, but it's really, really bad. I mean, it's like, it's some kind of new agey crap, fake science, quantum mechanics. I mean, I always say that quantum mechanics there's a reason that it's the favorite science of like all these crackpots. It's because it's so difficult to explain and so vaguely understood even by people who study it that it's easy to twist it around and pretend that it says some stuff that it really doesn't. So this parade of pseudoscientists comes on and purports to explain quantum mechanics with just a tiny grain of truth in it. I mean, you know, some stuff about, you know, the particle wave duality, which is accurate, but then they go way off into left field and they say stuff like they cite this research which was supposedly done where people wrote words on vials of water, and the shape of the water would be influenced to look pretty or ugly based on what you know, what is written on the water. So if you wrote "I hate you," then it would crystallize in a way that looks ugly to researchers. And like apparently, when I read more into the background of this stuff, like they would write Hitler and it would look ugly, and it was like, wow, that's amazing. Water can not only read and sense emotions, but it actually has a pretty thorough grasp of Western history.
Yeah. Well, it's homeopathy, right? It has like an amazing memory.
Right. And there was this story about how people see only things which they want to see, which is kind of true. I mean,
which
you know,
is sort of like the movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of an observed phenomenon anyway, but there was this story about how when Columbus's ships sailed to America, the shamans who were watching the water literally could not see the ships because they were so far outside their own experience. And of course, when we watched this movie, the first thing that we both jumped to is, how do they know that? How did they know that these shamans who didn't have a written language actually literally couldn't see the ships?
Good question.
And I went searching for it on the internet, and I found the official What the Bleep Do We Know webpage, which basically said, oh yeah, it was a story that we heard like third hand, and it sounded cool. And it's like so irresponsible that these people are pretending to teach other people science.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm going to be blogging about this, so keep an eye on one of the blogs, or Atheist Experience. And I guess we have time for a couple more calls, and we're going to go to Corey in, which one is MS?
Mississippi?
Is it Mississippi? Corey?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're on the air.
Hey guys. Hey Russell. Hey Tracy.
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing good. I'm a black kid from Mississippi, atheist. I know that's kind of strange, but
not really.
I
mean, it's rare, but it's not strange.
Yeah, it's kind of rare. So, but I just want to know what you guys think in general. Some quick questions. In general, do you think that logic is winning in America? You know, in just in general, or do you think religion kind of fighting back against it?
It's really hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no opinion on
it.
it.
I mean, it seems to ebb and flow, and sometimes it seems to be getting better, and sometimes it seems to be getting a lot worse.
I'm just very grateful for the courts.
Yeah.
My parents are supportive. I'm like in my first year of school. My parents are supportive of me. I want to be a doctor. First year pre-med, and I like tell them about evolution, and they get like a little angry, but then they start to accept that they can like turn away from it. I don't know what there's like thing on it, but they're kind of moderately religious.
I will say that science has gained a certain amount of respect even among people who 100 years ago would be fighting against it tooth and nail, to the point where at least religious people have to pretend that they believe in science, you know, just like in What the Bleep Do They Know, in order to get some kind of perceived credibility for their New Age crap. They had to pretend, oh, this is what scientists really think.
Well, and I think there are a number of Christians today who actually do accept evolution, which I don't think would have been as common 100 years ago.
I just never understood. Of course, I used to believe in God when I was like 12, but I never understood. I didn't know about evolution then, and now I understand it. I don't understand how you can be a Christian and believe. I mean, I just never understood how you could believe in Christianity and evolution at the same time. I just never understood that.
I think it's reasonable. I think you should read some stuff by that one guy. Shoot. Who was the guy in the trial who presented most of the compelling evidence? He is a Catholic.
In Dover?
Yeah, in Dover.
I know it wasn't the...
Ken Miller. Thank you. Okay. We're going to have to move along. We got another call that we want to get to, and thanks for calling, and sorry, but we hate the new short show format, but we're working with it as much. Yeah, okay. The ACA voter guide is available at atheist-community.org. There you go, Mark.
Check it out.
This is probably going to be our last call. I'm sorry, Michael in Dublin. We only have like 2 or 3 minutes left to talk to you, and I wish you'd called earlier, but what's on your mind?
Well, basically, I've been watching you guys for about 2-3 years, and I was wondering why you focus so much on the negative aspects of religion when it has also helped people overcome alcoholism, etc. You just as one-sided as the people you claim to be bashing, as far as I can see.
Because whatever good it does could be done without religion, and religion happens to come with a load of harmful baggage that we don't need to bring to the table. I think, in short, that would be my response, is that we should help. If I'm all for helping an alcoholic get better, but why do we have to teach him to believe in things that make no sense that can then also lead him to do things that make no sense?
Right. I mean, it's getting help from religion reminds me of somebody who says, "I got over my tobacco habit. Finally, I cope with the cravings by smoking crack instead."
If crack seems to be a fitting alternative for them, then why not just let them be?
I didn't catch
that.
I
couldn't understand that. Sorry.
If they want to smoke crack, why not just let them smoke crack? I'm a very, very, I think, liberal Christian.
Oh, we're not stopping anybody from believing whatever they want to believe and being as religious as they want.
We disagree
we're just expressing.
So you advocate smoking crack?
Do I advocate it? No.
Oh. Well, then.
And I don't advocate religion either. But I'm not going to physically force anybody not to be religious. I'm just simply expressing that it's very harmful, and that the harm that it does is unnecessary. And if we would just take the good things that it does, apply those good things, and take away all of the irrational crap that makes people do harmful, irrational things, I think we'd be in a better situation.
But if you don't disadvocate people taking drugs, then doesn't that make them do harmful things also?
I don't think Russell was advocating crack. I think he was comparing it to religion.
I'm saying that it's like replacing one addiction with another.
Right.
Right, but so you see religion as an addiction?
Well, yes.
In some way.
In the sense that they're trading off something that they believe that it's irrational. If you can make somebody believe absurd...
Is intellectualism an addiction? Because you seem to be pretty addicted yourself.
Intellectualism?
Pseudo-intellectualism, because we're addicted to that. And I would really like to keep responding to you, but we are seriously out of time. Is that going to look like I was running away?
I don't know. I couldn't really understand much. It wasn't his fault.
I deny being a pseudo-intellectualist. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I'm just talking about reality.
Okay. And thank you, everybody. See you at Threadgills, and it's been a good show. I hope I'm ending it at about the right time. I guess I got a few seconds left.
Well, they're running credits, so.
Right. Okay. Always good to be with you, Tracy. And tune in next week for more abridged atheistic fun.
Okay.
I mean, we could, I guess.
Is that a call?
I don't know. I don't know. Has there been some guy on line 4 waiting the whole time? Because he never came up.